Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Going on Daily Live morning show. Yeah. You're just waking up. This is exactly what you want to wake up to. You know, two bald guys with beards walking around telling you what's going on in the world.
Yeah, pretty much, right? I mean, this is the show. We're going to try to make it epic for everyone, and the reason why you should wake up.
That's right. So, wait, on Tuesdays, should we have a special bald day?
No, because it's not always me and you.
Well, we should make it as one day a week should be just bald day. That's it. We're going to talk about
remember
balding.
when we had Martin on with us?
Yes. And if Kenny shaves his head, he's welcome to join. So,
Yes. I don't know if he'll do that, though.
Well, like I said, we are the Going On Daily Live morning show. I'm Ira with Captain Ron, and today we're going to have a great show. But always remember to check us out. Let's see what social media you're watching on, and you can tell your friends. Well, he has up first YouTube. So you go to YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting. Spell out the whole thing, Rhode Island Broadcasting. It's right there if you need to know how to spell. And then, of course, I'm waiting to see what you click next. Facebook, the old-fashioned. If you're watching on Facebook, it's Facebook at RI Broadcasting. And then, what's he going to pull up? Twitch. You gamers and podcasters, everybody's at twitch.tv at RI_broadcasting. Leave that up a second so that people go, wait a minute, that's twitch.tv. Oh, that's different. Okay. And there's one more. TikTok.
Oh, you want to put TikTok up?
I want to go to TikTok. TikTok at RI Broadcasting. It's simple. It's sweet. Tell all your friends to go to these places. They can watch the show. And if you're really like a super fan and you want to help out, remember Patreon. See, support to get great merch. Look at him. He's got the mug right there. Got stickers. Got pens. You can support
my orange
the show.
juice in this.
Now, we will get you the mug. I don't know what he's drinking. Can you supply whatever you're drinking?
I'm drinking orange juice.
He can get you orange juice. I'm sure you can put a label on that. No?
Okay. I don't know.
He's going, okay. Well, today is February 4th, and we're going to hit the show right now. A couple of top stories. Guys, it's no secret out there that, prices for food is getting higher, prices for rent, for car, for gas. It's just getting tough out there.
It's out of hand.
And sometimes you need a side hustle. You need to get going and figure out what you're going to do. Well, I got a couple of stories of people who apparently have figured out different side hustles. Okay, so we're going to start off with a man in Malaysia. And the man in Malaysia is named, I want to get this right, Shazila Sulaiman.
How do you spell that?
Shazali Sulaiman. Right. Just like it sounds. He's 28 and he needed a little extra money, and he figured out a way to doing it, and it's taking Malaysian social media by storm. He just put out, okay, in my best announcer voice here, hey, are you tired of your partner thinking you're weak? For a reasonable fee, I can help prove them wrong. Hire me. Hire villain for hire.
Oh my God! So basically, the boyfriend beats him up.
Well,
looks like a hero.
You are correct. It's very simple. It's very basic, but it can work. So Suleiman, he has very long hair. He always wears biker clothing. He's got the leather vest on. He always looks like a gang member in his real life. So what he will do is you will arrange for what bar, restaurant, or party, wherever you're going to meet.
Wherever you feel. Yeah.
And he shows up and he starts trying to pick up your girl or harassing you. Why? Also, it gives you the chance to pose as the hero. Hey, you get away from her. Otherwise, you're going to have to deal with me. Meanwhile, he's like 6'5", you're 5'3", sitting there, I'm going to beat you up, sir. And then he cowers, he runs away, and you look like the man.
Yeah.
So would you hire someone like that?
Well, I wouldn't. I don't need to.
I'm not saying you need it, but
But
it's
I
kind of
can see
a.
it being done. Look, I think it's a great idea. To be honest with you, I think it's a great idea. And it might not even be, necessary, but like there could be somebody that's really tough that the girl doesn't know is tough.
True,
And you're not just going to
absolutely.
go around picking fights with everybody. So you might as well just hire somebody and then kick his butt.
Well, let's see. You can hire him on weekdays. It's $22, and on weekends it's $33.
Wow,
Here's
that's
where I
pretty cheap.
say again.
That's pretty cheap.
It is for a one-time, 5-minute thing. The guy pockets 20, $30, walks out. I would pay that if I needed to.
Yeah.
Here's where I think his problem lies, though. His face is probably on the what do you call it? The announcement, social media. He's going to have to hire a bunch of people. Otherwise, this guy walks into a bar, starts harassing the woman, and she goes, "Oh God, I've already seen this before." So he's got to get a bunch of guys out there who are who look tough. Hire a bunch of actors. Yes, I see. You've been in Juilliard and you've been in Villain for Hire. So
Yeah. Of
it's
course,
not
there's
a bad
always a
idea.
chance. There's always a chance that, you know, the person hiring him doesn't know what he looks like
Oh, there is
and
the
doesn't
chance.
ask, and then goes into the restaurant, say, or the bar with the girl, and
Hmm.
then he doesn't show up, and then somebody else comes along.
You're doing like the TV movie Meet Cute, where it's like, oh, somebody else happens to be doing that, and
Right.
then what do you call it? The guy gets knocked out, and it's,
Yeah.
hey, what happened? I'm paying you. And the whole thing falls apart.
Now
Well,
that's funny.
I do think it is. But okay, suppose you don't want to go the tough guy route and you need a job. How about just being sweet? Now, there's a gentleman, this is going to start out a little rough. There's a gentleman in Japan, and he has a gambling addiction. And it got so bad that he lost his job. His wife left him took the kids, lost his house. He just, nothing could stop him, and he ended up homeless. 43 years old,
What
and he
happens
ended
when
up
you
on
bet
the
on the
street.
Lakers?
And at that point, he had his come to Jesus moment, as they say, where he sort of fixed himself and realized this is ruining everything. Good morning, Hugo. Welcome to the show. So he reassessed his life while he's living on the street and said, no more gambling. I'm going to do something positive. I'm just going to praise people. I'm just going to walk up to people, Ron, you're a good looking dude and you do a lot for this show and we all like you.
See, now that makes me feel like it's complete opposite.
What, you think that if a stranger walked up to you and said, my man, I like how you're dressing today, you'd be like, get away from me?
I'd be questioning his sanity for one.
Especially if he were living on the street next to a tent and doing that. But
yeah,
he made the news. He is now called Uncle Praise, they call him. And he hit Fuji TV, and they did a short documentary on him as he's turned praise into his profession. There are people out there who feel bad. So he just goes out there with a sign that says, I praise you so much. So they witness as people will come up to him. It makes him feel like a chicken tonight. Hugo, I think you're back one story. I hope you're not praising someone by calling them a chicken, but it's cool. And people will come up to him and he will just tell them something nice. They said a young girl walked up and he said, you know what? I like your vibe. You're cheerful. You're energetic. Go out and get them today. She said, I don't get praise so straightforward. I put $1 in his collection box just for the hell of it. So he's been doing this now for 3 years. he actually has regular clients, because at least you know somebody's going to be nice to you. There are too many people out there who will voice their opinion and be mean to you for no reason. Why can't you go to someone who will
Yeah, but
just praise
I
you?
don't understand the point of this one. I get the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The first one clearly is needed. This one, I don't know. I mean, you're gonna hire him to say good morning and stuff like that, something
No,
nice
not
to you,
good morning. He's
or
going to
somebody
compliment
else.
you.
Yes, but you're hiring him for yourself.
You tip him basically. He has regulars, and on average, he compliments 30 people a day, and he makes about $65 a day complimenting them.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that works in Japan.
Oh, man, you really wouldn't? I mean, if somebody went up to you, I'm trying to think, because there are unfortunately homelessness is a problem, and we all run
Yeah,
into
but are you gonna
people.
tip the guy for saying something?
I might, if I
I probably
felt that
won't
he
because
was being
I'll think
nice.
that something's wrong.
Well, if he's wrong, giving him $1 couldn't help. As a
Yeah,
matter of
well,
fact, people have gotten to know him so well that he went viral on social media, which is how you do it nowadays. And he makes business trips now to different places in Japan so he can reach more people to praise. More people, more money.
yeah, I'm skeptical.
Now that I think about it, isn't that how a cult starts also? Ron, I can save you from all
I don't
this.
know about that one because first of all, it's the sincerity when somebody says something nice to you.
Yes.
I don't buy that. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I just don't buy it. I just think that's something that he's up to something. You know?
Well, hey, whatever he's doing, it has worked because he's got his gimmick now. He is Uncle Praise. If you're gonna get praised by a homeless person, make it a professional homeless person.
But I mean, if you're homeless, that's totally different. I mean, if you know the person's homeless, then doing something for that person is easy. At least to me, like if
Right.
somebody's homeless, and I've done this before, I've actually gone and bought them like breakfast. I mean that is something that is what I would do, but
Well, then
just
he's
somebody coming
giving.
up, walking up to you and complimenting you just strikes me as odd.
Well, he's giving you a service, a good or a
Yeah,
service. He's
yeah,
trading for, hey, if you choose to tip me, great. But either way, I'm gonna compliment you.
yeah. I don't know.
Don't know
I
about
just
that?
don't. I don't want the compliment. If you're homeless, I'm just going to help you.
Well, that's a good thing, and I believe we should all do that. And but we're not going to get into that. This was about weird jobs, and now we're going to switch off of this very gently to discuss something that has been in the news as very bad for us. Maybe you've got an update on the red dye number 3.
Yeah, well, a couple of weeks ago, I did a story. It was probably beginning of January, and they banned the red number 3, and they have until January of 2027 to get it out of all the foods.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that far ahead.
Yeah, and if it's in meds, you have until 2028 of January. So, but I have a follow up on the story as they have listed all the foods that still have red number 3 in it.
Oh God, hit me.
And I checked my entire fridge, freezer, cupboard, everything. I do not have any products with red number 3. Yeah, because they're all switching to red number 40.
Yeah,
But
that's
these are the
basically what it is. Can we just rename it another number? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
this is what they do. This is what they do. It's just going to be kept called something else. And they keep approving these things for whatever reason. I don't know. Like, if it's made out of petroleum, you should not be ingesting it. Period.
The
Period.
more you know. Yeah.
Yeah, and people don't know. We don't know what they're actually putting in the food.
Yep.
So this is what it is still in. Baking decorations.
Oh, yeah, I would think so.
Ice cream cones. Yeah, I'm assuming it's the red ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say okay, there are red ice cream cones?
Yeah, there are those waffle cones. They
Oh
make them
wow.
red, green, normal. Frostings and icing.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen dairy desserts. So I'm guessing like popsicles,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, maybe red velvet frozen cake or something like that. I'm guessing. Soft candy and gummies.
Aw. They have to be red though.
Yeah, I'm guessing red M&Ms must have it, right?
I'm guessing
And Skittles.
and how many people go, I need the red ones first? I mean, come on. You gotta
Yeah,
killing the business.
exactly. So meal replacement drinks and bars.
They're
So
red?
so if you get like a strawberry drink,
Okay, that'll give you.
like one of those breakfast, I can't think, Carnation instant breakfast, and it's strawberry, chances are it's got the red number 3 still.
Oh yeah, okay. Now I was gonna say, aren't they usually covered in chocolate, which is why you stay away? But you're right. If they do strawberry, let's make it look right,
Yep.
even though it's artificial strawberry flavor.
Yeah, it's not even real strawberry, so
So why not real? So if it's not real strawberries, why do we need real red?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
Toaster pastries.
the icing.
Still in those strawberry Pop-Tarts.
Mm-hmm.
Better look at those.
I don't
cookies.
look at them too long. They're usually in my stomach too quick.
Yeah, right. I love Pop-Tart.
And the strawberry is my favorite.
Yeah, it's my second favorite. I like the chocolate. So
I wonder what kind of dye is in that one. But we'll find out when they ban that. I don't want to
know. So cookies. I'm trying to figure out what cookies are red.
Red cookies. Christmas cookies.
So I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be red, I guess, but
well, I mean, it's a red dye, so I'm wondering. It's red cookies,
right? So ice pops, hard candy, and here's the appalling one: baby food.
What baby food has red dye in it? What baby food has any dye in it?
Exactly my point. This is just irresponsible from companies to do this.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I have to
That's
look
appalling,
that up.
right? That's why I saved that one for last, because it's disgusting that companies are putting dyes in baby food. It should be all natural, whatever the hell it is.
Right.
So
that's
if it's
what they've
peaches,
been telling us for
it
years.
belongs just
Try
peaches.
Gerber because it's all natural.
Like, you can't whip up peaches and put it in the jar?
That's what it's supposed to be. But then if you put in just natural food, it goes bad quick. It won't stay on the shelf. So you have to add a bunch of preservatives.
It's despicable, to be honest with you.
It doesn't say exactly. Damn. Gonna have to go down a rabbit hole and find that one out. Because that one
is there strawberry baby food?
I think there is strawberry, like mashed up strawberries, because they have mashed up bananas and mashed up peaches, like you said. So I would have to go back 20 years to remember what I was feeding my kids.
So I'm thinking of this, and I'm like, well, if you don't want your baby to be ingesting petroleums and all these chemicals, like
Yeah.
really, how hard is it just to prepare a bunch of things for your baby for a day with fresh things?
Well, that's just
Why
it.
can't you just mash up a bunch of raspberries, in a jar, put it in, make a whole bowl of it, and
Right.
then you jar it yourself for a couple of days, right?
People do that. People do that all the time. But I don't think it's in every meal. I think it is the treat. It's here's a cookie. Here, oh, it's Christmas. Have a piece of candy. Have a piece.
Yeah.
It's just slowly. We don't realize how much we ingest in a year. And
Yeah,
if you were to
because
take all that
people aren't aware.
petroleum, you fill up a jar.
Yeah, and you're not taking the time. Look, if you have a baby, that's you got to find the time for some of these things, right?
I
Especially if
agree.
you want to keep feeding babies like things that are just poisoning the DNA of a person. I mean, you got to start thinking about these things because you see all the problems with people. That is absolutely 100% linked to food. 100%.
Okay, but now,
Because we always make the what's in the water. This is what's in everything.
but
That's
everything is
what's causing
poison.
this.
Everything is poison. We
Yeah.
just don't know it. Here's the organic stuff. What's it sprayed with? What was it in contact with on the way here and back? Can they change what they make the color from? Have you seen what the current red colors are made from? It's a good question, Hugo. See, now we would dig even deeper. But now I'm thinking brown sugar, cinnamon. I was thinking, okay,
Oh,
when you're
look,
saying
see
these
this one.
things, oh, Kenny, I don't even want to know what the orange coloring
Right,
really is
exactly.
under it.
Doritos, Cheetos, like things taste good. I get it.
Yep,
But can they do it without the dye and have it taste the same?
I think they can, but it won't look right.
Right.
How does Doritos distinguish themselves? Because they are the orange chip with all. We all know what a Dorito looks like, as
Yeah.
opposed to a Frito, a cheese
Good
puff.
morning, Becky.
Morning, Beck.
Yeah, it's a problem, and I'm looking at these things. It's like the baby foods. They should have already gotten rid of it. Well, it should never have been put in there from the beginning.
I agree. But again, now think about. I'm thinking going back in my brain to 20 years ago when I had to do all this. They often use bugs for red coloring too. Ugh. Thank you for that
You know
image,
what though,
Becky.
Becky? I could actually live with that because it's not a negative.
People eat
Because it
bugs
is
in other
protein.
countries.
I mean, and people aren't going to know that it's bugs. If you don't know, you're not going to notice.
I agree.
Unless you have like a leg in there or something.
But I remember, like you would give your kids
Exactly, Becky.
beets.
Beets.
Beets are actually sweet.
I just had. That's what I had for dinner last night. I opened up a can of sliced pickled beets, even though you shouldn't have sliced pickled beets out of a can. That goes without saying.
Probably
But
not.
if I could, get my own beets and slice them up, you know, I like it. I like it pickled. I don't like pickles. It's weird.
Oh. Well, I guess we won't have to worry about this coming 2027 and 2028.
Yeah. And the sad
Meanwhile,
part is
enjoy
you
your
put it in
petroleum.
medicine. Why do you need to put it? Who does anybody care what color their freaking pills are?
Again, it's all about marketing.
Yeah,
Everything is
that's
marketing.
all it is.
It is. So now we're going to take it from
I
people in the
love
government who are
strawberries.
doing stupid things to criminals doing stupid things.
Well, that's not a surprise.
It isn't. So let's see. I got 3 stories here. I'll run through them real quick. See if you can tell me the mistakes they made. Let's see. Starting out in Oklahoma, Uh, well, let's see. The first thing I think when you're going to rob a place, you would know how to break in. You take something valuable, and you leave. That would be pretty straightforward.
Yep, pretty basic, right?
Well, this man in Oklahoma apparently was a bit confused. He broke into an escape room and didn't know how to get out.
That's funny. Why would you break into an escape room?
I was wondering that too. I'm guessing it was a successful one and they had cash around. It is a business. He broke in, and then the officers came and they watched him because, when you're in an escape room, there are cameras everywhere. So they just sort of watched him for a while. No, he's not getting out that way. No, that's not right. No, no. So then they eventually just put a perimeter around the building when they got bored of watching him trying to escape. And they sent in the canine unit, who eventually found the man who did get out of the room. He was hiding on top of an elevator, just like, I can't get out. I can't get out. I can't get out. He was arrested on charges
I don't
of.
understand why you would even think of doing that.
I don't. Hey, he couldn't even get in the elevator. He got on top of the elevator.
See, here's the problem. It's like you have to do things. If you're robbing somebody, you have to do something where you know how to get out,
Yes.
right? You got to have your plan. You can't just go, oh, let's break into this, escape room, not knowing how to get out of it.
I can get in, I can get out. No, I can do it. I can do it. Let's see. So the genius there, he was arrested for burglary charges, obstruction charges, assault and battery because he attacked the police officer and then tried to attack the dog. So he was a real dumbass. And malicious injury to property because eventually he just started throwing things at the walls.
Yeah.
So there's a genius in Oklahoma. But I actually would put that gentleman higher on an intelligence scale than our next idiot in crime. We're going to Utah. There were a couple of 23-year-olds that were sitting around hitting the bong, and they were polishing their guns. And they were just talking about guns and smoking. One of the friends goes, I could dodge a bullet. I'm fast enough to dodge a bullet. And his friend said, okay, let's try it. Now, the first guy was smart enough to check his gun to make sure there were no bullets in it. So he could tell his friends. I like that. Hi, Genie. There you go.
Okay,
he could, not hurt his friend. And he did it 5 times where the guy was like, see, dodged a bullet. Nothing actually fired. But he insisted on doing it a 6th time, and unfortunately, there was one in the chamber. And he shot his friend in the chest because apparently he couldn't dodge a bullet.
No, well, it isn't the Matrix, right?
No, he couldn't. Yeah.
And to me, that's like the most frustrating things about watching some movies when, you're being shot at by professional killers. How are they missing all these bullets, especially with automatic rifles?
I ask that constantly. I was watching a police drama the other day, and they were literally 3 feet away. Guy takes his gun out and misses while the good guy gets him. And I'm going, really? 3 feet away and you miss? How is that possible?
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
Well, this guy tried to give his friend first aid. Unfortunately, he won't be dodging any bullets in the future.
Yeah. No.
And that brings us to genius number 3. She was trying to do something good.
Should have tried a wrench first, like dodgeball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. And then there's genius number 3. she tried to do something good. I will agree that this is in Colombia. They had violent protests against the government because of what they were doing for public transportation. It was a big scandal. Things are going on. She took a video of herself vandalizing a public transportation station. She smashed windows, card readers, registers. She with a hammer. She would spray paint everything. She destroyed this place and she filmed it. And what does this generation do when you film something good, bad, or indifferent? You post it online.
Of
Well,
course.
she happens to be a little bit famous in Colombia and has 5.2 million followers.
Oh boy.
So it quickly went viral, which is a good thing, unless the police are watching. And you know what? They happen to crack the case. There's a video of somebody destroying everything. I wonder who did it. Oh, well, they put it up there herself. This should be pretty easy.
Yeah.
So the next day, she goes to work she owns a beauty salon. She's leaving. Police grabbed her. And she's wondering how they knew it was her.
See, there's just too many stupid people. That's what it comes down to.
I wonder if we put her in an escape room if she could get out.
You know, maybe that's what they should do. Instead of sending everybody to prison, you just send them through a gauntlet. You know, all kinds of dangerous things. Gauntlet? You have to like try to get through like a tiger, you know,
Jeez.
All these kind of things. If you can make it through, you can go free.
Ooh, wait. Don't they have that movie with Richard Dawson and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Running Man?
Running Man.
The Running Man, which they're redoing. So
yes, I know.
So
Kenny had that on there on the show once that the Running Man is coming back.
Oh yeah. Now you're saying that this should be a thing, though.
I think it should be. You know, different things for different crimes.
Okay. So are you going to have a murderer up there?
Yeah, why not?
I killed my wife because she was cheating on me, and now if I run the gauntlet, I go free?
Yeah, if you can get through it. Like I said, if you have like a tiger in there, you got to get through a tiger. If you can get through that tiger, maybe you deserve to live. You know, and so on and so forth. Like some laser things that you got to kind of squeeze through. I don't know. I think that might solve the problems. If you can get through it, you can go free.
Think about it. You have a murderer who actually defeats a tiger with his bare hands. Not tiger hands, his bare hands. And that person gets to go free out on the street now. I would stay away from that.
Yeah, but I mean, you can do something like you get like an ankle bracelet, you know, on your feet. Yeah. Instead of putting them in prisons where it's not really doing any good. Like you can go free, and if you don't do anything stupid, you know.
Hey, I spend my life trying not to go to jail. That's my entire thing. Don't do anything stupid. Don't go to jail.
Yeah. So, I mean, why not?
Hugo
if you can monitor them afterward, you know, then why not?
Well, that sounds like a TV show that should be coming up in the year 2035. But, Ron, I think you have some TV shows that are coming up sooner than that.
Yeah. So we got February TV coming up. And I remember doing this at the beginning of January. And Off in the Distance was a certain show that I wanted to see. That distance is now here. So there are a ton of shows. And I only did up to the 20th of February. There's that many.
Wow.
So obviously February 5th, which is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl greatest commercials, funniest of all time.
Show that every year, yep.
Yup. and it's back.
Hey, Ron.
Wild Cards, a new series
Ron,
on CW. It's a drama, 8 p.m.
can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Sure.
Is one of the shows called Stupid Crime?
It should be. It should be. Like, I don't know. You can do it, on Rhode Island Broadcasting.
I was just going to say, contact the graphics department because it says Stupid Crime.
I didn't change it over. I'm sorry.
It was a gentle way. There we go.
There's that
Ooh,
certain
Cobra Kai
show
is
that
fun.
everybody's looking for right there. Here's a good one. February 6th, Clean Slate on Amazon. It's a comedy. So George Wallace stars in this, and he plays a car wash owner whose son returns home after 17 years, only to find out that his son is now trans.
Okay.
So a trans female, and the comedy starts from there.
Okay, I like George Wallace.
Okay.
Premise is
It's by
interesting.
Norman Lear. Remember him?
Oh my God, yeah.
He's been around forever. Here's a jolly good time. The Kardashians are back on Hulu. I didn't know they were still doing a show.
I don't.
Something to look forward to, people, right? Something to look forward to.
Yeah, give me something to look forward to, please.
February 7th, NCIS Sydney returns.
Ooh.
It was rescheduled from January 31st because it didn't air, obviously.
Right.
February 9th, and I'm going to say it like this because it's just humorous. Super Bowl Licks. 59. LIX.
I was going to say, if you're going to lick it, you got to take the red dye out of it. Thank you, Becky, for agreeing with me.
So the Super Bowl is on Sunday. Right after the Super Bowl, Fox airs The Floor, a new game show. I don't know if it's new, but
I love. No. I absolutely love it. This is going to be the third. I don't want to say season because they keep doing it back to back. But if you want to watch an interesting game show, watch The Floor. Rob Lowe is the host, and it's 100 different categories. It's awesome.
Maybe I'll check it out after the Super
absolutely.
Bowl.
I recommend that highly.
And of course, earlier on Sunday at 2 p.m. is none other than the Puppy Bowl on the Animal Planet.
Yeah.
Puppy Bowl 21.
21 Ooh, look at that.
Years.
So those original puppies are unfortunately, 21 years. Jeez.
It's been running for 21 years.
Do you watch the Puppy Bowl?
No.
You've never even turned in?
Nope. Never watched it.
Wow. I mean, obviously I'm watching the game, but the Puppy Bowl is so much earlier. I will tune in just to see 5 minutes of just puppies playing around with stuffed animals. It's adorable.
2 p.m. it starts, so don't miss the show. February 10th, Extracted on Fox. 8 p.m. It's a reality competition. They're all trying to capture Survivor and The Amazing Race, and they can't do it.
Have you seen the commercial for this one?
No, I have not.
Okay, in Extract, it's actually very interesting. Have you ever seen The Hunger Games?
Yes.
Okay. So Kenny's going to watch it. So they take a contestant and they put them like in a dome where, things are going to happen. They're going to manipulate like in The Hunger Games. But you have a family member or a loved one on the outside who is watching you go through all this hardship. And they have a button they can hit, the extract button, that says, oh my God, I can't watch this anymore. My husband, my wife, my kid is suffering. I'm going to bring them out.
I'd be pissed.
But yeah, if you get extracted, you don't have the money. So you're going to have people like this. If Ron, you were my partner and I were sitting there and I told you before the show, no matter what, don't hit that button. And now I'm being chased by a rattlesnake over there, and I'm fearing for my life, going, Ron, get me out of here. Well, you told me no.
Do I have an insurance policy on you?
You might.
Let the jackass die.
And then you find out the surprise is your wife's been cheating all along with your friend who's now there going,
Yep.
nope, not let you out. Nope.
Yep.
So that has some promise to it.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I did love the Hunger Games. It has an element of ridiculousness along with, what is the person really think of you that's on the outside? So that's kind of scary. You better have the right person on the outside.
Oh my God, yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Now you have to think about. Now you're going to be thinking all day. Who would that person be for me?
Yeah, exactly. February 12th, Eric Clapton unplugged over 30 years later.
Really?
I wonder if it's the original one that I saw of him from, I think it was on MTV.
MTV Unplugged. Yes. I don't know.
Or is it going to be something new? He's going to do all the same songs 30 years later.
I would listen to that too, but I think the original would be better.
Yeah. Yeah, so he knows what his songs actually are.
Wait, does it say what network it's going to be on? Because MTV doesn't do music anymore.
Paramount Plus.
Of course, it wouldn't be on MTV. I mean,
no, they don't show music.
No.
And then they made MTV2 to do that, and they don't show music on that one either.
Yep.
All right. Also, February 12th, The Masked Singer is back at 8 p.m. on Fox. Also, this is an interesting one. I didn't know they did this. The Simpsons, The Fast and the Furious, Disney Plus exclusive episode. I didn't know they show exclusive episodes on Disney Plus.
Wow. That's something they actually have to check out.
I think Fox is getting a little screwed out of this. I'd question their contract right now.
Yeah.
I definitely question it, and I wonder when that contract is up.
Oh, I don't think we're ever going to know. Is it
going to move to? That would be a travesty, to be honest with you.
Absolutely, it's a cash cow, so you can't do that.
Yeah. So February 13th is when these guys come back, Cobra Kai, for the final 5 episodes. They will all be posted on February 13th, all 5 of them.
Okay.
So February 13th, I will be watching Cobra Kai and ending the series.
All 5. Okay.
Next Level Chef, also on Fox, reality competition at 8 p.m.
Okay.
February 14th, The Gorge on Apple TV. This is a movie, and it's about some workers that work at a gorge, and there is an evil, mysterious evil entity that resides hiding in that gorge.
Just what you want for Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and this has where did I just lost it? Miles Teller.
I like him. Okay.
I put a couple of S's in there that didn't need to be.
He's Miles Teller.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, Anya Taylor-Joy, Queen's Gambit.
Okay. And Sigourney Weaver.
Ooh, throwback.
So they are in the movie The Gorge.
Okay.
On Apple TV. Also, Yellow Jackets that same day, Paramount Plus, Showtime. It's the 3rd season that will guest star Hilary Swank and Joel McHale.
Ooh, I like him.
Yep.
He's funny.
February 16th, There's a whole slew of things, including the ridiculous The Equalizer on CBS at 10 p.m. I love Queen Latifah, but please stop. Reality. Not even close. Of course, Fox's animation domination continues. Family Guy, The Great North, Grimsburg, and Crapopolis all premiering that day.
They're all good, but I can't take them back to back to back to back like that.
That's why they make streaming.
I know. That's exactly why.
And a show that I like, Tracker, CBS, 8 p.m.
Oh,
like
I've heard of
show.
that. Okay.
But I don't watch it when it airs. I watch it later.
You track it down.
I track it down, yeah. I have it on my program that tracks it. So when it's new, it'll pop up, oh, it's new.
And then you find it. Okay.
And then I play it afterward, yeah. And The White Lotus on HBO beginning its 3rd season.
Can't wait for that.
February 18th, Mufasa, The Lion King, comes on pay-per-view.
Oh, I'll probably check that one out.
I've already got it on my program.
Oh, look at him. Mufasa. Ooh.
Just saying.
Say it again. Ooh.
February 19th is another show that I have to check out because it just sounds ridiculous. And I want to see how this can turn into a disaster on TV. Good Cop, Bad Cop on CW.
Okay.
9 p.m. It stars Leighton Meester.
Leighton Meister. Yeah, I know
Meister.
her.
But isn't it 2 E's?
No, it is me. It's Leighton Meester.
Okay.
Yeah, she's one of those people you would know her if you saw her.
Oh, I know who she is.
Oh, okay. You do know her. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen her in some other things. I don't remember what. Memorable, I guess, right? And Luke Cook. Now, these are crime-solving siblings. I'm guessing they're both cops, and they're probably, in the cop car together or whatever it may be, and they're just like butting heads and trying to outdo the other. That's basically what I'm guessing it is.
Sibling rivalry, yeah. They solve it at the dinner table. Yeah.
All right. Also, Win or Lose on Disney Plus.
What's that?
It is a Pixar animated series.
Ooh.
They tout it as their second. I didn't know that they had one. But don't get too excited. It is an animated series, and it is about a co-ed middle school softball team.
Yeah, maybe I'll skip that one.
Maybe. Just maybe.
I don't think we're in their demographic for that
Late
one.
in Easter. Oh, my God. That's pretty funny. Becky said, Gossip Girl.
Yes,
it sounds terrible. It does sound terrible, Becky. That's why I wanted to say it.
But we haven't seen it. We're not going to see it, but we haven't seen it.
I got 2 more. February 20th, Reacher returns, season 3 on Prime. I've seen a couple of episodes so far. Wonderful. It's excellent.
You're a fan.
Excellent. And then, to top it all off, 0 Day on Netflix. New series. It's a limited series. It will be only 6 parts. There'll be 6 episodes total. Jeez. It will star Robert De Niro. Yes!
You have my attention now.
Angela Bassett. Matthew Modine. And let me tell you, there's a ton of other people in this.
Wow, that sounds like a bunch of heavy hitters.
6-part thriller of a cyber attack and what it leads to.
Wow.
It sounds interesting.
And you've got all that talent there. It better
be interesting, let me tell you. So that's February 20th. That I'm going to check out for sure. And I've already started with my Black History movies and stuff like that. I've been watching, like Denzel, I watched Anthony Mackie in Elevation. It was a pretty good movie. A little ridiculous at the end, but you know.
Hey, he's Captain America now, which comes out on February 14th.
So I watched Groundhog Day on Groundhog Day, and then I watched that one on the first. I was busy yesterday, so I couldn't watch any movies. So I got to watch a couple. Try to watch a couple today.
Yeah,
I'd like to watch Glory today. That's the one I want to watch, or John Q. Maybe both.
Oh, I remember John Q. That was a good movie.
Yeah, that's the plan.
So that's your prediction for the rest of the day.
Yeah, my prediction.
Can you do a prediction for the next 100 years from now?
I don't think I can. Well, I guess we'll all be toast.
Well, we've all ingested way too much dye number 3, and that's it.
Well, maybe that might protect us.
We don't know yet.
We don't know.
Well, according to you, if I do a crime, I can go on a game show and I can get off like the Running Man. So.
The Running Man, yeah. Maybe that will be the way we solve crime in the future.
Well,
I'm all on board with that. It might actually make me want to commit a crime to go on the show.
Just go on Survivor, for God's sakes. Don't.
Okay. All right. Or
people
Extracted.
Are those talking. People, we may not be able. We can predict. Well, we can't predict, but we can guess 100 years from now. Yeah. But I mean, we still don't have the flying cars that we wanted, right?
Yeah, we haven't gotten it yet.
We all looked at the Jetsons and went, when we were kids watching that, going, so that's what it's going to be like in the year 2000. No.
Yeah, no. It never happened.
Well, people are talking now because they found an article from 1925, which is, if you can't do the math, 100 years in the past. And there were some imaginative predictions from a Professor Montgomery Lowe, who was a scientist. And they asked him in 1925, give us some guesses, predictions for 100 years, which would be now, 2025. So let's see how accurately he came in. His first guess, based on his calculations, were, some people are just, ugly and dull. He said, those people seem to be having more children than beautiful people. So I'm saying America 100 years from now, we're not going to be good looking at all.
Yeah, there's a possibility, but it hasn't happened yet.
No, I think we look on TV and movies, and we find some pretty good looking people out there. So
yeah.
Don't think that's happening. Okay, next. Thanks to science, people are going to live to be 150 years old.
That ain't happening right now.
No, I think the oldest is 116.
There is Keith Richards.
Well, he's going to be 200, but he's half dead, so he's fine.
Oh, so it really doesn't count, because if he's technically, out most of his body is out the door.
Which, by the way, he probably has a ton of red dye number 3 in his system, keeping him alive. So
he might, yeah.
Let's see. There's going to be a useful item called a radio alarm clock. Now, he doesn't mean music radio. He didn't mean that. He meant radio signals. Radio signals will be sent out on different intervals each morning so that your clock will catch the signal at the right time so you will not oversleep.
Wait, so they didn't have anything to wake them up back then? 1925, nope. Wow.
The sun went up and they went, it must be on time.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
But he kind of got that right.
Yeah, he did. He got it right. I'll give him that one.
Okay, so he's 1 for 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Women, due to their accelerated development, will compete on equal terms with men in all branches of science, resulting in faster, progressive developments for health, comfort, and life. Basically, women will finally be treated as equals, and it will just health, everything, which makes perfect sense. And if you ask a woman, I'm sure she's going to say, better, but not there.
I don't know. I think it's there. I think it's there. I mean, they certainly have, because it leaves kind of an open door there, right?
Right.
So there's going to be some areas in science that women excel, and there's going to be some areas in science that men excel because of just the pure interest. So
Well, yeah,
I
I would
think
give you that.
overall, I
Interesting.
think
But
it's pretty even.
the fact that 100 years ago, that somebody actually even thought finally, wait, women are people too? Because they
Right.
are.
Because that
And
didn't
some of them
happen
are
till like
just as
what,
smart and
the
smarter, and some of them are just as
60s?
dumb and dumber. So
Like
I
women
will
couldn't
give him a
vote
win.
forever.
Will you give him a win in that column?
I give him a win.
Okay, so he's 2 for 4. Here's where things might go a little off the rails. This is his airport of the future. You walk into a waiting room in the center of the city. An elevator will take you to the roof where you step directly
Then
into
go
the
the other way.
airplane. The airplane will then be shot into the air by a catapult.
Catapult? What the
By
hell
a
is he thinking?
catapult, and you will go at least 300 miles an hour. Knowing now that airplanes actually go in excess of 500 miles an hour, and no catapult, thank God.
Yeah, that is not happening.
Doesn't that sound like a
I mean,
cartoon?
I
It's like,
like
okay,
I like
everybody
the thing
board.
about
Oh,
the elevator, right? And then
yep.
having it go to like the next building or two. I like that.
How did they get the plane? How did they get the plane on that platform in the middle of the city?
I don't know. I don't
And
know.
you can only do one at a time. It's like, okay, this one's aimed for Boston. Okay, this one's aimed for Florida. Radio killed the brain cells. Yeah, pretty much. And the video star. Video killed the radio star. That was it.
Yeah,
Sorry, wrong joke.
yeah.
Okay, the United States in 2025, he guesses there will be a huge food shortage. Why? Because the US population will reach at least 200 million. Actually, we're at 345 million and counting. And if you would see all of us, yeah, I think we have plenty to eat.
I see. There's two things that you got to look at this one for, because I mean, yes, we hit 300. I think he's just a little short on the amount of years.
You think it's going to happen?
I think it will happen.
Hmm. Well, the population is now actually going down to the fact that people now don't want to have kids.
Well, you also got to look at it this way. There is obviously, if the water rises, correct, you're going to eliminate a lot of coastal cities.
Oh, you love Waterworld. Yes, I
So,
forgot.
yes, I do. And those people are going to have to move inward.
True.
Now you're condensing the area you live in with the population growth. You're also going to start eliminating food sources, say like Florida. If Florida goes completely underwater, I'm not saying it will. Not saying it will.
But can we?
But you're going to lose your oranges and stuff like that.
California.
There's going to be some casualties, but I don't think it's going to be the food problem. I think it's going to be the water problem. I think we're going to have a
Possibility.
water shortage, if anything, because the amount of people on this planet and the glaciers are melting. We're already starting to see some areas that, that are starting to get shortages.
Well,
So, I'm
it's
just
kind of
saying.
interesting you mentioned that because one of his predictions was 100 years ago. There's going to be something where everybody we'll have to look out for global warming. 100 years ago, this professor saw it.
Well, there you go. That's a big one.
Yeah, so unfortunately, we have to put that one in the win column for him.
Yes,
but,
we do.
Okay.
Did you just do the W with your hands there?
I just did the W.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Here's one he got absolutely right, more than we probably would have liked, but people are going to use a pocket-sized apparatus for communicating to each other across long distances. And yeah, you can watch TV on it. You can watch us on it. You can, oh my God.
Yeah.
It always blows my mind that there is more electronic ability in my phone than there was in Apollo 13.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, huh?
Yeah, but my phone still can't get me to the moon. So I don't know. And now
that's in the next Apple. It's in the next iPhone.
Oh God, I gotta go get
to
a
the
new
moon
one
and
too.
back.
Well, let's see. He also said that there would be something called a television machine. Now, that's interesting to me because why would you call it a television machine if you don't know what a television is? That he actually got the name right.
They didn't have TVs in the 20s, did they?
No, not till the 50s. So, but he got the name right, which is kind of weird. Okay, this one needs to be explained to me. Maybe you can explain it. He said we will have something called breakfast tubes. Now, I don't know if he means like bars, which we have, or just, like the bank tubes. Something just pops into your house every morning. Here's some eggs and toast.
Yeah. Huh. Sort of like Star Trek when they open up that thing and the food comes out.
Ooh, that's right. Yeah, the food replicator thingy.
Yeah.
That's how we're going to feed everyone. Food replicators.
Maybe. I'm skeptical on that too. They'll kill us.
He said we will be banking wirelessly. Somebody must have gotten in there and changed that because I don't understand that one. He said we would have moving sidewalks, which, well, I mean, you go to the airport, they have them. Yeah, escalators, I guess. Artificial materials to make clothes with, which we do.
Synthetic.
And automatic sleep beds, where I'm guessing sort of like a pod. You go in, no noise, no sound. No,
Oh my God, I'd kill for one of those. Oh my God, I don't get good sleep. I would kill for one of those.
You want one of those, an automatic sleep bed?
Then I can go on the Running Man and then come home to a nice night's sleep.
Yeah, but if you don't do well on the Running Man, it's a different type of sleep. We don't want that for you, Ron.
Here you go. Food replicators use human waste.
Oh, God. Soylent Green is people. Okay. He also predicted that there would be a world currency. There isn't. Universal free trade, which there isn't. And world peace, which we all want, but unfortunately, there isn't.
I give this guy some credit. Like Becky said, this guy was pretty dead on with a lot.
He did. He got a lot. So now, okay, on the spot, give me one thing that you predict that we'll have in 21-25.
A sunburn.
A sunburn? Wait, but what if the sun burns out by then?
Yeah, well, that could happen too. I mean,
get a moonburn.
So, I mean, look, I think that is one of the possibilities. In 100 years, we could have a moon base where people live in.
That could be a good one, and probably maybe 100 years, it could happen.
I mean, I'm
not going to lie with that.
But
this guy, he thought of things that would unite us, and on this show, there's only one thing that unites the entire cast: to criticize Ron's top fives.
That's just wrong. And so, that is wrong. You guys, you should appreciate these.
We do. We get to criticize and we
I'm
appreciate
sensing not.
it. Okay, this is a good one.
Disrespect on this show.
This is a good one now.
Look, these are my top 5 influential Black athletes. Part of Black History Month, right? I've been doing something every show.
That's cool.
And I was going to do like my favorite Black baseball players, but then they kept throwing these players in like a grand list, and I'm like, wait, he's Dominican, he's this, he's that. And so I decided, you know what? Let's do this instead.
Okay.
So, yeah. So the top 5 now, they all have to be influential in some way. Now, I know.
Okay.
I can't find it, but.
And the list is now down to 0.
I know that I lean it towards, Black history. So they really have to be a factor in that. Like, because I'm looking at these lists and they're all like saying Michael Jordan. What is he influencing? What is he influencing?
He raised the NBA up, but I can see if he wasn't on the top 5.
I don't care about that.
I can see if he wasn't on the top 5.
Important for the history,
Okay.
So I thought about this. This is a very difficult one. So I came up with a lot of names, and because we're short on time, I'll only give you my honorable mentions and then the top 5. So I have Willie O'Ree, who was the first Black hockey player, played for the Boston Bruins, and he's still working for the Bruins and the NHL, to spread hockey throughout inner cities and stuff like that. So, and the Black community, of course. So I had him on my honorable mentions, but he only played a couple of years and it was sporadic. So then I thought, well, you know what? You know who really did a lot for that? Grant Fuhr and Jerome Iginla. Those 2 players were big-time hockey players, and they brought, African Americans into the sport because of their greatness. So I decided to put them on my list. Jesse Owens, the sprinter.
On my list, yep.
Definitely. He was probably the bubble guy. He was my number 6.
Okay.
And then Wilma Rudolph also. Also, big factor.
Player, right?
And my final honorable mention was Jack Johnson, the first Black heavyweight champion.
Yep.
So without him, there's no Muhammad Ali.
Who better be on that list, by the way.
No, I don't have him on the list because Jack Johnson is the guy.
Okay. Yeah, because Muhammad Ali did not influence anything in boxing, right?
Well, he was great, but he was not close to being the first. This guy was the first champion.
Wait. Read your own list. Influential. Didn't say the greatest. You said influential. Muhammad Ali. Without him, you don't get anything. And I understand without Jack Johnson, you don't get Muhammad Ali. But the scope in politics, boxing, Muhammad Ali has to be on that list.
No, he does not have to be. Doesn't have to be.
Ken, help me out, please.
Number 5. I have Bill Russell.
Okay.
For the simple matter that not only was he a great basketball player, but he did help a lot of young adults with, for the lack of a better term, help them with being Black. So he was a mentor to a lot of people, throughout his career, and that was an important thing.
For civil rights, okay, I'll give you that one.
Yes, he did a lot for civil rights. A lot.
I will give, he's on the list.
All right, number 4, Arthur Ashe. I mean,
go to tennis.
I don't even think you even need to explain that one.
No.
I mean, the first prominent tennis player that was black. I mean, he was so important to that.
And then what he did for AIDS research later on. And
absolutely. So there was a lot disrespectful. How is Bill Russell disrespectful?
Are you saying Bill Russell, or are you with me that he doesn't have Muhammad Ali?
Well, he has number 5 there.
Oh.
See, Muhammad Ali, it's borderline because there's some negative to go along with the positive.
Influential doesn't mean positive or negative. Just
yes,
influential.
But these are also I have to like them.
Okay,
these
go
are
ahead.
My favorites of all of these influentials, right?
Okay.
Believe me, I have him put aside with a little star next to it. Number 3, Tiger Woods, basically for the same thing as Arthur Ashe, but only look, before Tiger Woods, most of these country clubs wouldn't even let black players in.
I agree with that, but then you're going the Muhammad Ali. You said there was negative. You're telling me Tiger Woods
he cheated on his wife. I don't care about that. I don't care about him cheating.
You can't just pick and choose.
I can pick and choose. It's my top 5.
But that one,
I can pick and choose. I just think when you talk about being black, those country clubs, and probably all of them that he played in, didn't allow black players.
Okay, I will give you that. I will absolutely give you that.
And now they can get in there. We hope.
Yeah. His son's about to take over.
Yes. Number 2, Jackie Robinson.
Of course.
First black baseball player. I mean, he went through a lot.
Now I'm wondering who the hell you're going to have as number 1.
Yeah, number 1, I have Hank Aaron. Because people were so upset when he was about to break Babe Ruth's record. He was getting death threats. And then after he did it, he got more death threats.
Yeah.
And he had to go through so much just to get there. And I know Jackie Robinson was the first. He was the pioneer. But what Hank Aaron went through, breaking Babe Ruth's record, was an incredible. It's endurance, right? Like if there's any cave-in, you would understand because of what he went through. But he persevered and he got through it. And to me, that is the greatness in Hank Aaron, and the fact that he's probably, in my opinion, the second best baseball player ever.
Okay.
Behind Willie Mays. And I did this list based on Willie Mays' day. That's why I was going to do baseball players, and then it evolved into this, and I was like, yeah. And I like this list. There's so many names. Even Simone Biles could have been up there.
Serena Williams,
she's on this list, but I just didn't read off the entire list because time. Jim Brown.
All right. Jim Brown I had on the list. As soon as you said that, I was like, let's see how many I can write. I did miss Tiger Woods. I'm trying to think. Boxing, golf, baseball, football. Okay.
There's so many that we don't even know have had anything to do with anything civil rights, because it's all, they might not have put it out there in the public. So, I just went through these. I thought these were pretty good choices. And believe me, the question with Muhammad Ali I flip-flop back and forth. I didn't know what to do with Muhammad Ali, but because Jack Johnson was the first, and then there were others that followed before Muhammad Ali, and it kept slipping and slipping. The more that I found.
This is why the list is called Ron's Top 5, and the rest of us just get to say, you're wrong. So
Yeah, but I'm not. So
oh, Kenny's already waiting for tomorrow's list.
he's
So
going to expose me tomorrow. Yeah, because what? Because I didn't choose people that qualify. These people were great.
Ron, if you're gonna be great, you got to get ready for the haters, and we're just
Right.
getting
That's
you
why
ready.
I get haters because, I have great lists and most people agree with it.
Okay, well, if you are on social media, let us know if you agree with Ron's list. You know, you can go on Facebook, you can go on TikTok, you can go on Twitch, you can go on all the social medias that we gave you in the beginning of the show, and you can tell him why he's wrong or why he's right. But I don't think you'll get that. Come back tomorrow, where Ron will be on with another top 5, and Kenny will tell him why he's wrong, and I will be in the comments.
No, I'm going to retire top 5.
No!
I'm getting too much hate from the
But that's
cast
what
members.
we want.
You know,
What do we want? Ron's top 5. When do we want it? Now. Why? So we can criticize.
see, Bill knows. He knows. He understands. You know, all we do is win, and we just can't get the love.
Oh, God. When you need some more fun, join us because we've got it going on daily. Thanks for watching. Make it a great day. I disagree with the list. Goodbye.
Well, that's too bad.